Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our perspective. Here's the breaking news. Yes, scientists of the University of Antwerp and the University of Liège have found how the human brain changes and adapts to weightlessness after being in space for 6 months. Some of the changes turned out to be lasting even after 8 months back on Earth. Raphael Liogiosis, soon to be the third Belgian in space, acknowledges the importance of the research to prepare the new generation of astronauts for longer missions. A child who learns not to drop a glass on the floor, or a tennis player predicting the course of an incoming ball to hit it accurately are examples of how the brain incorporates the physical laws of gravity to optimally function on Earth. Astronauts who go to space reside in a weightless environment where the brain's rules about gravity are no longer applicable. A new study on brain function in cosmonauts has revealed how the brain's organization is changed after a 6 months mission to the International Space Station, demonstrating the adaptation that is required to live in weightlessness. The University of Antwerp has been leading this brain DTI scientific project through the European Space Agency. Magnetic resonance imaging data were taken from 14 astronauts' brains before and several times after their mission to space. Using a special MRI technique, the researchers collected the astronauts' brain data in a resting condition, hence without having them engage in a specific task. This resting state functional MRI technique enabled the researchers to investigate the brain's default state and to find out whether this changes or not after long duration space flight. In collaboration with the University of Liège, recent analysis of the brain's activity at rest revealed how functional connectivity, a marker of how activity in some brain areas is correlated with the activity in others changes in specific region. We found that connectivity was altered after space flight in region which support the integration of different types of information rather than dealing with only one type each time, such as visual, auditory, or movement information, says Stephen Jellings and Floris Wurtz, University of Antwerp. Moreover, we found that some of these altered communication patterns were retained throughout 8 months of being back on Earth. At the same time, some brain changes returned to the level of how the areas were functioning before the space mission. Both scenarios of changes are possible. Retained changes in brain communication may indicate a learning effect, while transient changes may indicate more acute adaptation to changed gravity level. This data set is so special as their participants themselves. Back in 2016, we are historically the first to show how space flight may affect brain function on a single cosmonaut. Some years later, we are now in a unique position to investigate the brains of more astronauts several times. Therefore, we are deciphering the potential of the human brain all the more in confidence, says Drs. Athena Demarchi, Institute University of Liège, co-supervisor of this new work. Understanding physiological and behavioral changes triggered by weightlessness is key to plan human space exploration. Therefore, mapping changes of brain functioning using neuroimaging techniques as done in this work is an important step to prepare the new generation of astronauts for longer missions. Comments? Raphael Liogiosis, Doctor of Engineering Science with a thesis in the field of neuroscience, future is astronaut. The researchers are excited with the results, though they know it is only the first step in pursuing our understanding of brain communication changes after space travel. For example, we still need to investigate what the exact behavioral consequence is for these brain communication changes. We need to understand whether longer time spent in outer space might influence this observation and whether brain characteristics may be helpful in selecting future astronauts or monitoring them during and after space travel. Bien, that's about perspectives.